Dr. Aryan Mehra was a man of science. He had returned to his ancestral village near Varna Lake to convert his late grandfather's old house into a modern clinic. The locals warned him about the spirit in the lake, but he dismissed it as superstitious nonsense, the residue of an uneducated mind. His first patient was an elderly woman with a persistent fever. As he checked her vitals, she gripped his wrist, her eyes wide with a fear that was not for her own health. "She watches you, Dr. Saab," the woman whispered, her voice cracking. "She always watches the new ones, the lonely ones." Aryan smiled politely and prescribed antibiotics, but her words lingered. Days turned into nights, filled with the strange, mournful sound of the wind over the lake. One evening, as Aryan sorted through old medical journals, he saw a flicker of movement by the water. Through the rain-streaked window, a woman in a crimson sari stood under a twisted banyan tree, seemingly untouched by the downpour. She held her arm at an odd angle, as if it were dislocated. His medical instinct kicked in. Rushing out with his umbrella, he called out, "Do you need help? I'm a doctor." She turned, and the rational world Aryan had built began to crumble. Her beauty was disarming, but it was her eyes, ancient, deep, and hollow, that froze the scientific words in his throat. "It is a pain that never leaves," she said, her voice a melody that harmonized with the rain. "Can you heal what is broken before it began?" Hiding his unease, Aryan insisted, "Let me at least take a look. My clinic is just there." She followed him into the brightly lit clinic, a splash of surreal color in the sterile white room. As she sat on the examination bed, Aryan reached for her arm. The moment his fingers touched her skin, a jolt of freezing cold shot up his arm. Her porcelain skin was deathly cold, with no discernible pulse. He pulled back, his heart hammering. "This is impossible." Mohini's serene smile never wavered. "You see, some wounds are not of the body." She stood and glided towards a large medical chart on the wall, a detailed diagram of the human circulatory system. She trailed a pale finger over the glossy paper. "Tell me, doctor," she whispered, her back to him. "Where is the vein that carries regret, or the artery that feeds on loneliness?" Aryan stared, his mind reeling. He looked at the chart, and his blood ran cold. The diagram was changing. Where her finger passed, the red and blue lines of veins and arteries darkened, twisting into the same monstrous, tangled form he had seen in the local legends. His own reflection in the glass over the chart now showed Mohini standing directly behind him, her smile widening into a horrific gash. His rationality shattered. He stumbled back, knocking over his instrument tray. The clatter of stainless steel on the floor was the last sound of his old world. "You are a different kind of healer," she said, her voice now a chorus of whispers. "But all men bleed the same. Come, the lake offers a different kind of cure." Mesmerized by a terror he could no longer deny, Dr. Aryan Mehra, the man of science, took her offered hand. He followed her out of the clinic and into the rain, towards the waiting water, leaving his medical bag and his logic behind forever.